G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since my last video, but we are in the middle of winter and it has been a fairly cool one this year, so things have slowed right down. But we're through most of it. It's nearly the end of July now, or we are at the end of July, so things are starting to wake up. A little bit of cold weather still to come, but spring is on its way and the trees are starting to grow, so time to get back into it. Today I just got this little Leptospermum on the bench. The main thing I want to do with this one today is to get it out of this plastic training pot into something a little bit smaller, proper bonsai pot, and get it out of this potting mix medium. It's just in a pretty much a standard potting mix, which it's done alright in, but I want to get it into a more inorganic mix, which is mainly pumice or lava rock, bit of zeolite, bit of perlite, and a little bit of potting mix. I still haven't gone totally inorganic. But it is a very free draining mix, so yeah, that's the job today. So we're going to get it out of the pot and get some of this potting mix off it. Don't think it'll be too badly stuck in this pot, but fertiliser bag. There we go, no problem. Now I'm not going to be game enough to fully bare root this tree, but we'll see how we go as to what we end up actually taking off it. The main problem I've found with these just straight potting mixes is they tend to be one extreme or the other. They either tend to be really wet and stay really wet, or they dry out and go hydrophobic, and then your tree ends up dead because you just can't get moisture. I'm having a lot more luck with a more inorganic mix. It probably does dry out a little bit faster, but I've not had one go hydrophobic yet. So as soon as you water it, it takes that water up. So as long as you keep up your watering to your trees, you shouldn't have an issue. Before I go any further, I'll just get the pot ready. Really should do that as your first port of call, so you're not frigging around when your tree's pretty much bare rooted sitting on the bench. One day I will learn to do it properly. I promise. Right, now the pot's ready. Got our tie-in wires in, our screens in, mound in the middle so that we can settle the tree down into it. Remember to do that first next time. I think these roots that are shooting up in the air, I think now would be a good time to get rid of them. They don't really do anything for me for the overall style. There's another one there. look. It actually might give us a bit of a, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it might just give us a little bit more of a curve to the trunk. If the soil level comes down a bit, I reckon that might be a win there. That might nearly do us. Really want to take every bit of soil out of that. Now we have to work on where we're going to position the tree. Go down in the pot a fair bit more yet. Offset it, lean it maybe. So that's probably not too bad like that. Lean it the other way. No, definitely not. Kind of like it leant over a little bit that way. Bring it back into the center a little bit. And lean it like that. Settle him down to where you want him in the pot. That's probably pretty good actually. Forward, backwards. We like it quite like that. Alright, we'll get some soil mix in him. Trusty old chopstick. Don't want to tie him in too tight, but enough to keep it stable so it doesn't move around. And probably in about a month or so I reckon I'll cut those wires. Because once spring gets here, this thing should just take off. Make sure all that's settled in. Good watering will help settle this stuff in too. Do we need to do any pruning? I don't think so. I've got a little bit of wire holding a couple of branches in position. I think most of that is okay for now. We'll just have a look. This one can probably come off. Yeah, this one can come off, that branch is set. That one might have to come off too. This wire hasn't been on for very long. I think it went on just before winter. These things grow so damn fast that the wire bites in pretty quickly. But the upside of that is your wire scars also grow out just as quickly, so not usually too much of an issue if you get a little bit of wire bite. Right, how's that look? It's not too bad. It is quite dominant up top. Like I've said on videos before, you have to be a little bit careful with these guys, because if you let them get too dominant up top, they'll just drop their lower branches. So I won't take a huge amount. Try and leave it with as much energy as I can to help it regrow its roots again and get established again. But I would say that I'll be revisiting this tree in a month, maybe 2 months, just to bring all this top growth back down, because once spring hits and this thing goes, like, it'll just explode up top. And if you let that go, these here will suffer, and I still need a lot of growth in these areas down here. So I think that might just about do it for today. We'll just let it go with that, and we'll revisit it at a later date. Can't help myself. Righto. Anyway, that's the little tree, little Leptospermum. Still got a long way to go, but he's in a better mix now. And a nice pot, probably a little bit too big of a pot for the size of the tree, but he will grow. And yeah, we'll check back in a month or so. Thanks for watching, eh?